Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Adrian. Today I'm going to be looking at the most popular games on the Start Playing website. This is a TTRPG community website designed to bring players and games masters together to play the most popular games. Now, about a year ago, I found a list that basically detailed the most popular games. So what I've done is I've waited a year and I'm going to follow it on, and we're going to be able to look at what's moved, what's dropped, what's come out, what's new. There are 16 new entries on this list, one of which is huge. It is a huge new entry that's come in. It's been a couple of that have had massive significant drops over the last 12 months. Now, I don't expect everyone to sit and listen to me go through all 50 books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to timestamp the chapters below. So if you want to just skip to the top 20 or the top 10, you're going to be able to do that and just do it down below. As you're watching this, if you have any thoughts, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts about, how these numbers are coming out. And especially once we get into the top 10, I think there's a couple of things on there that I think are really, really interesting. Before I get into the top 50, just a couple of quick things. I don't know if you've noticed, so there's been a few YouTube channels that have started sort of falling away over the past sort of few months. And I think maybe because, ad revenue on YouTube is significantly less than it's ever been. Well, that's how it's starting to feel for me now. So if you want to support me, I'm just going to, I never really talk about my Discord or my Patreon, but I'll put links down in the video descriptions. So starting next month, because I do get let's say a chunk of books from variety of publishers, Cubicle 7 Free League and stuff. They send me stuff. So what I'm going to be doing for anyone on my Patreon, I'm going to be doing a draw at the start of each month and basically looking to give away and send that physical copy out. Now, I don't know, which book I'm going to start with, but yeah, that's going to be the plan going forward. And that draw will happen on the Critical Misspell live. This will be the first one of each month that we do. So yeah, and I think basically how it's going to work is, so I've got, I think 3 or 4 different, so it ranges from $1 to $10, and then for each dollar that you basically subscribe into my Patreon, that's just going to give you 1 slot in the draw, and then basically I'll be able to post it out. And I think hopefully, assuming no tariffs and things like that, I think I'm making enough on my Patreon to be able to actually post this out most countries in the world. That's the plan. So we shall see. Right. I think let's just get into the top 50. Right. The first one we got is a brand new entry. And that's because I think it's only just recently came out, which is Star Trek Adventures 2nd edition, which is, I think, was the highest Modiphius game in here. I might be wrong, but the Modiphius 2D20 system I love, but it's it's something that not everyone loves. 49 is another new entry, and that is Brindlewood Bay, something that is on our review list, so it will be coming at some stage. 48, another new entry, which is Hunter the Reckoning, which the feedback I get from anyone that plays it, they always seem to say that it's a lot worse than the original version that came out, but I haven't read it. I kind of pretty much avoided most of 5th edition. 47 is another new entry, which is Alice is Missing, which I know very little about. I think you play kids. I'm not really sure about this one. 46, new entry is Mythic Bastionland, one of Juan's favourite settings. 45 is down 4 places from last year, which is Monster Hearts 2, something I've never heard of, but I had a quick bit of investigation on it, and you get to play monsters in this one, so it does look quite interesting. 44 is Kids on Bike. I'm not really a massive fan of those Goonies inspired playing kids adventures. Might not be that. Let me know down in the comments if I'm completely wrong and mistaken on it. 43, very interesting, Starfinder, down 30 places. I think that's probably quite obvious because we would expect to see Starfinder 2 higher up in the list. 42 is a catch-all for the Cypher system, which is down 15 places. Not really my thing. D20, I think it's D20 Roll Under. I've played it a couple of times. It's all right. I think never really had anything that's wonderfully captured everything for me in there. 41. I'm going to call this the Marmite of the TTRPG community, and this is Candala Obscura. I've watched a variety of reviews. People either seem to love this game or absolutely hate it. This is up 6, so yeah, I think it was only released sort of middle of last year, somewhere around there. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the middle of the year before, wasn't it? Okay, the largest drop is in 40, which is Pokemon Tabletop United, and that's dropped down 33 places. 39 is Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Never played it. I think it's powered by the apocalypse. It's all that, all that world in there that it's not a system I overly love, so I am probably missing out on some of these, the games that are going to appear in this list. 38 GURPS, very old system, very loved, has a big loyal community, so I'm not surprised that is in the top 50. 37 is Werewolf the Apocalypse, the 5th edition version of it, which is up 3 places. Kind of read it, didn't like the big changes to the lore in the world. I keep wanting to pick it up, but not a massive fan. 36, Alien Involved, new entry in here. That is because we are going to be seeing the 1st edition of Alien further up the list, I think, come next year. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see the 2 switch around. I prefer the new edition, but obviously you play the edition that you like, and if you're still enjoying it, you're mid-campaign, you're going to keep running that campaign. 35, The One Ring, which is up 8 places. Nice to see this in the top 50. 34, new entry, Pirate Borg. This, slight spoiler coming up, this is the highest of any Borg game in here. I'm quite surprised that it's only 34, and it's the only board game that we're going to be discussing in the top 50. 33 is Avatar Legends, which is up 3 spots. I've got the starter set. I've got a couple of books for it. I'm still to read it, like the cartoons and stuff. So I think that's the same world, isn't it? I don't know. I buy stuff and it just sits on my shelf. I've got to get round to doing it. 32, Maids the Ascension. So this is the 20th edition, brand new entry, which is interesting actually because they grouped it by World of Darkness. And so they had World of Darkness, they had Vampire, and they had Werewolf. Because I remember thinking that's weird that it's all separated, but now it's separated out. 31, big move up here, up 17 places for Vessen, which is an amazing game by Free League. Obviously, people are going to say in the comments below, I'm not a huge fan of the Year Zero engine. I may be starting to come round on it. I'm starting to play it a little bit more, and it is starting to grow on me. Right, now into the top 30. 30 is Masks, a new generation, which is down 13 places. I had to look this one up because I didn't know anything about it, which is a superhero game. 29, this is where Alien, the 1st edition, landed. It is down 3, so it's slipping. So what we've got 6 places between Alien and Alien the 2nd edition, so it's very tight. So I do see that's kind of switching around. 28, D&D. So they've got D&D 3rd edition and 3.5 into the same. It's exactly the same spot as it was last year. Hasn't moved at all. 27, one of my current favourite systems that I'm playing a lot of at this moment is Dragonbane. Good to see that is up 3 places. Blades in the Dark, 26, down 12 places. That's quite a drop for Blades in the Dark, 'cause it does seem to be a very popular game. Down again is 25, which is Fallout. So Fallout then is the most popular of the Modiphius 2D20 systems in here. I'd forgotten that Fallout was on the list when I was sort of like, well, I've just taken them and then written it in. So yeah, it is down 13 spots. So I don't know whether people bought it and then just don't like the system. I know the rule book has issues, let's say, with layouts, but then, I don't think Modiphius are, alone in those issues. 24, Dungeon Crawl Classics, a brand new entry coming in straight at 24, which is, that's pretty high to come in. 23, up 22 places, which is Old School Essentials, which is great to see. This is one of my deep regrets in the hobby, the fact that I bought it all and I can't seem to get anyone want to play it. And I was reading it and it had so many amazing memories of it. So sadly, it's just gone out of my collection. I don't know. I know there's a new edition coming out, so whether I'll pick that up, I don't know. But, there's things in my collection I want to be keeping because I plan to run it. Up 1 place on last year is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, which is quite sad to see, which is one of my favourite all-time games. It was my #1 game for a very long time. It doesn't say which edition, so I'm going to have to just go with, I assume that this is 4th edition, but theoretically it could be any of the, well, it's not going to be 3rd edition, is it? It could be any of 1, 2, or 4. 21 and down 6 places is Star Wars 5th edition, which is a free game that basically, if you just Google Star Wars 5th edition. It's a free game. Obviously, it uses a lot of the art and stuff from the Star Wars films and TV series. So obviously, from a licensing point of view, you can't sell it. I've never been a fan of lasers and hit points and levels. I just don't think it works very well, which is why it's not an edition that I'm ever going to play. But I think at 21, there's a lot of people doing it. 20, Legends in the Mist. This is a brand new entry. It's not even out yet. Well, it's the PDF. We've had the PDF for about 6 months, waiting for my box set to arrive. They're starting to be shipped out. So I was told it should be sort of middle of next month by the time it arrives. So hopefully get it played, get a review out on that. I've kind of been avoiding it until I get my physical copy, but it's nice to see it is broke straight into the top 20. At 19 and up 16 places is Delta Green. This game just seems to be getting in strength and strength and strength. It's one of those that people absolutely love, and it's nice to see it because it's a different twist. I mean, you know, it's very much Call of Cthulhu in I say modern days. A lot of the adventures are sort of set in the 80s and the 90s, but it's got that really wonderful feeling where you're going to be tied to someone at home that hopefully will keep you from going madder quicker. 18 and up 2 places, amazing to see here. Fabula Ultima, an amazing TTRPG world, and obviously it's got 3 different worlds. It's got the fantasy, is it high fantasy, low fantasy, and the tech fantasy worlds as well. I've still got I've read the other books. I've got to get them covered at some stage. It's a really, really wonderful game, an amazing system. Up 15 places, at 17 is the Marvel Multiverse. I bought this when it first came out, couldn't get it played, sold the core rule book. I now have a lot of seller's regret. I keep looking at it, I keep thinking I want to buy it. Problem is, superhero games and settings really aren't for my group. Doesn't stop me wanting to buy it. And I'm looking at all the new expansions now thinking this looks amazing. So great to see. 16, no mover at all, is Savage Worlds. So like GURPS, this obviously covers an awful lot of games. Deadlands to Pathfinder. As I've argued on several points, I've even done a video on why I love the Savage Worlds system. Aces, exploding dice, cards. It's just an absolutely amazing system. And it's great to see it so high up on the list. 15, Starfinder 2nd edition, brand new entry. We now know exactly why the 1st edition is just on the cusp of dropping out the top 50. I think by next year, the 1st edition will have dropped out entirely. 14, brand new entry, Cosmere. Played through the whole of the campaign. D20, roll over. It's people talk about this is what they kind of wish 5.5 edition would have become. It's really good. Really good. The only problem I had was I didn't overly enjoy the initiative system, and the world confused me. You know, I think there's 10,000 books that's got to be written on this world. I didn't know what was going on. I thoroughly enjoyed the adventure. 13 and down 5 is Lancer. I need a mech game. It seems to be now that Lancer is the game that I'm going to have to get bought and added to my collection to share my feelings on a video at some stage. Still up here at 13, it's got to be popular. But however, you know, it is down 5, so it's slipping a little bit. But I think that's more because of stuff that's jumped up heading into the top 10. 12 and another Star Wars game, Fantasy Flight's crazy dice pool is down 2. It's actually out. It was 10 last year, down to 12. So it's still flying high. Again, another one of those games I wanted to love. There's a lot of support, a lot of community for it. I just could not wrap my head around using those dice. just really struggled. Though I know I've watched a lot of videos, it seems easy until I actually start playing it. 11, brand new entry, Mothership. Fantastic game, absolutely amazing. It's really interesting to see this higher than both of Aliens, because I've been tempted to do a video on, you know, sci-fi settings and where would you go, Aliens versus Mothership, and we can look at this and just think it's quite conclusive. Mothership is better than Aliens. Right, top 10. These are the biggest and best 10 most popular games on the website. Number 10, and this is going to make Dewan cry, and Chris incredibly happy. This is Draw Steel. Now, I describe this as the best game I'm never going to play. And the reason for that is, for me, it's just really, really complicated. It looks simple in essence to play, but there's a lot of rules and a lot of things going on. And I think if I was still at college, university, and I had the time to play it, this would be heading to be one of my favourite games. Setting looks in, there's so much in here to like. Keep thinking I should buy it, but I just know, sadly, it's never going to see the light of day. I'd play it. If someone wants to run it, I'll happily play it. Number 9 and up 2 places is another one of my seller's regrets. I'm now starting to look quite foolish here. because this is Monster of the Week. I had that, and well, there was the second book that came out. And again, this was another one of those I couldn't get it played. I want to say I think it's Powered by the Apocalypse, which is one of those systems that I kind of can't overly get into. But say free league systems are growing on me. I think it's the more you play it, the more comfortable you become with it. So I am now looking for a new copy of Monster of the Week. Sadly, it seems to be out of stock in most places. So hopefully a restock will be coming at some stage. Number 8, this surprised me. This is down 4 places. This is Pathfinder 1st edition, that means we still haven't seen the 2nd edition. So is the second, wow, slight spoiler. Yeah, Pathfinder have got 2 games. Paizo have got 2 games in the top 10, which is absolutely amazing to see. And the fact that 1st edition has only dropped by 4 places means it's still got that incredibly loyal group of players that are still hitting that 1st edition. 7th and down 1 places, one of my favorite all-time sci-fi settings, and that is Cyberpunk Red. So it's down 1 place, but it's still in the top 10. And I think it's only down 1 place because we still haven't seen that massive new entry yet. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what that massive new entry is in this top 10? And up 18 places to 6 is Shadowdark, which we've just seen go from strength to strength. Now, in a recent video I did where Dewan asked a load of people at the UK Games Expo, Shadowdark and all of the Borgs rank the same percentage. Now, I think now we can see what the rest of the world thinks, because Shadowdark is notoriously, or has been notoriously, hard to get hold of in the UK over the past 12 months. Now we're starting to see what the rest of the world thinks of it. It's up to number 6. Will it be higher next year? I think it's going to be, because when we look at the top 5, I don't think we're going to see a huge amount of movement, but I do think the 5th one will drop. I think we're going to see 5 and 6 at least switch, because 5th is a 5th edition game. No, it's not that one. It's Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, down 2 places. It was 3rd last year, and we've got a big announcement coming out at Gen Con. So is that going to be a 6th edition that's coming out or something else? There's also a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, as in D&D 5th edition, that has been announced in the last week. So that is coming soon. So I do wonder whether people are going to move away from it. People love the setting, and more importantly, love the way the hunger dice works. Just didn't work for me, didn't work for my group. So I've loved Vampire the Masquerade. I loved it more than Dungeons and Dragons back in the 90s. I just could not get into this 5th edition. Number 4, and up 1 place from last year, is the biggest game in Japan, and that is Call of Cthulhu. Doesn't list the editions. I'm guessing it's just like the latest edition or any edition. It always does feel a little bit unfair when they, if they separate out Dungeons and Dragons by editions and different games like Pathfinder by different editions. They Call of Cthulhu that's on, is it 8th edition? I can't quite remember whether it's 7th or 8th. I'm sure someone will correct me down in the comments below. But yeah, it's a game that I love, absolutely love. It's been sort of 2nd and 3rd in my collection for a very long time. I'm moving away from it now. I'll play it, but I don't think I'll ever run it. Now, does that mean it's going to come out of my collection? Because my rule is if I'm not planning to run something, I shouldn't be keeping it in my collection. But I can't bring myself to sell it, because I know maybe next year or the year after, I'll probably want to play it or at least run it again. So the number 3 is down 1 place, and that's because the highest new entry is coming straight in at number 2. But let me tell you what the number 3 is. The number 3 is 2nd edition Pathfinder. So it's still down 1 place, but amazing to see that within the top 8 slots, you've got 2 different Pathfinder games. That means there's a lot of games being played. It's incredible. And actually, if you think about it, from the top 50, you could argue that 3.5, Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, is very much Pathfinder. So they've got kind of, with that system, 3 games in the top 50, which is amazing to see. It's brilliant for Paizo. I know they've got financial issues at this moment in time, and I really hope they manage to pull through it, because of I'm not going to get into the legal things of what happened. I don't tend to do those videos, but hopefully, guys, you're all going to be fine. You're going to sail through it, because people blatantly love your books. And actually, if you include Starfinder on here, that's what. Actually, that's like 8% of the top 50 books. That's huge. That's absolutely huge for one company. Right, number 2. Did you guess what it is? You must have guessed. This is the game that I didn't really bond with. I played it, I didn't get on with it. But again, I'm so wrong, because Daggerheart is a brand new entry straight in at number 2, which is huge. It just goes to show just how incredibly popular this is. Now, this is what I want to see. And this is why I love doing these, because I now want to see next year, is it going to stay at number? I don't think it's going to get to number 1. We can all pretty much guess what number 1's going to be, and we know what number 1's going to be. It was the same as it was last year. It's going to be the same as it is next year. I don't see this changing in any way, but will Daggerheart be able to maintain that momentum and kind of just stay there at number 2 of next year? I'll let you know when I run the figures. Number 1, you could bet any amount of money on this and you know it's going to be number 1. This is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and 5.5. So they have included both in there. Now, obviously, I don't know the drop-off. I don't know the number of tables and the games that were played over that sort of 12-month period. I'm going to try and find out if I can get the information. I don't know. Now I'm a slightly bigger channel, whether if I was to email Start Playing, they'd let me know the numbers of tables and stuff. So next year, or when I do this and put this together, I'll actually be able to sit and work out the maths and percentage of those there. But I don't know, don't know about you, but I find things like this absolutely fascinating. It does show, currently where we are, the most popular 50 games in the world. So that's it. That is my look at the top 50 most popular games. So next year, are we going to see, movers, shakers, what's going to come back? The one thing I'm going to be really interested to see for next year, obviously we've got 2 things. Daggerheart is, where is Daggerheart going to be? And we've got the 1st and 2nd edition swap over for aliens and stuff. But more importantly, Cubicle 7 are bringing out the old world. Well, it's out now. So I kind of want to see what effect that's going to have on Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts. If you've enjoyed what I'm building, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please also do consider subscribing to my Patreon and my Discord, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.